All right, guys, today we're going to go over the 3 steps to getting unlimited prospects. And when I say unlimited prospects, I really mean unlimited. When I say 3 steps, I mean it's actually 2 steps, but I have a third in there because 3 sounds better. But this is all without stalking people. This is without doing warm market stuff. This is without doing the ATM method. This is without doing any sort of stalkage or weird crap like that. You're not stalking Facebook groups, you're not posting and praying, you're not going all over LinkedIn, you're not making pictures of your fake lifestyle that you don't have yet and hoping that it gets attention. I think some of those methods are fine and dandy. I respect some of them and some of the people that made them. Other of those methods I think are completely insane. All of them, however, I think absolutely pale in comparison to what I'm about to show you now. And when I say I think, I mean I know. So let's go over this. The 3 steps. The 3 steps. 3 steps to unlimited prospects. Unlimited prospects. Okay, now let me tell you what I mean by unlimited. I mean unlimited. All right, I really mean unlimited. And I don't mean so. Groceries just showed up and they rang the doorbell even though we told them not to when we have a baby sleeping. This is why you stab people that work at Instacart. Okay. I'm just kidding. Whatever. So unlimited means unlimited. This means that you can have 10 leads a day or 50 leads a day or 100 leads a day. All right. And you don't really have to work any harder to get them because you build a system that gets you leads all the time. Literally all the time, and you don't have to work any harder for them. So there's 2 types of lead generation. The first one is called active. This is what most people are taught to do in network marketing. The second one is called leveraged. Now, obviously, I made up the leverage thing, but active means that you have to spend time to generate the lead. Okay, so if you have to post and pray, that takes time. If you have to, even the ATM method, which I do respect that method at the time it came out, that takes time to do, right? It's an active-based way of prospecting. Obviously old school is an active-based way of prospecting. Leveraged means that you put in your time and you get way more time, all right? So you get a lot of prospects. So it's a way to exponentially increase your prospecting efforts in a business that we already know about exponential effect. We might as well do this with our lead gen as well, right? So we're going to work on leveraged ways, and this is the only way that you can get truly unlimited leads. This is also the only way that you can get leads while you are doing other things like sleeping. All right, so or hanging out or whatever. So here's what I want you to realize: that lead generation is a low-level skill. All right, it is a $10 an hour task at best. So as an example, there's people at Canvas, our neighborhood, trying to sell services for like the tree service and the pool and landscaping and cleaning and all these things. The people that pass out those flyers, that is the lowest level task in the business. Okay, it's passing out flyers. There's no skill involved. You could literally get a 14-year-old to do it, and that the reason that it's so low pay is because it's so low skill. And they're generating leads. Lead gen is a low level skill. All right. So if you're doing lead gen in your own business, that is not good. All right. Because you should be focused on closing and leading your team. Those are high level skills. So for people that say to spend most of your time prospecting network marketing, I think personally that they're leaving a lot of money on the table. And if I want to call it what it is, I think it's completely idiotic to say you should spend most of your time prospecting because you're the leader. You should spend your time leading and closing at the very minimum, but not doing a $10 an hour task. Right? That's why I had groceries delivered just now, because that is, unfortunately, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a low-level task, right? I want apples. Go pick up apples. That's a low-level task. I'm not going grocery shopping because I should be focused in my highest strength areas. So should you. So let's get into this. Step number 1. Or actually, let me show you the total process, and then I'll go back to the steps because we want to build it. All right. So what we need a traffic source and a funnel. So a funnel is, obviously you know what a funnel is, it's a sales funnel. So we're going to have an opt-in page, and we're going to have a lead magnet page. And this one, and then we're going to have an application page, and then you're going to call them and close them, right? So then it's phone. So this is one way. And then another way is just basically it's a longer opt-in, basically a short application. So we'll call it like a short app. And then we're going to have a homework page, and then we're going to call. And there's a homework page right here too. All right, so there's two different methods for this. This one right here is going to be, generally speaking, it's influencer traffic, and we'll talk about that. And this one is going to be like Facebook or YouTube ads, or other ads is fine too, but Facebook or YouTube is usually the best. So your first step is actually to build something like this. This is what I would focus on, all right, because this is going to be the easiest way for you to do it. So you're basically building a really basic funnel, all right, really basic funnel. You're essentially going to have an ad that says something along the lines of, do you want to make more money? Okay, so like, you want money? You want money? Here's a little mini business pitch. And then it's going to go over to the short app. So straight to the short app, right? Straight up, like boom, right there. Then homework, and then you call them. Now, the reason you can do it is if you try to do this type of a funnel on Facebook, YouTube ads, you're going to get denied. The ads are going to get rejected. So you can do this with an influencer strategy right here. So if you send influencer traffic to this funnel, you can straight up in the ad say, hey, making $100,000 a year is like making $11 an hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you want me to show you how I do that? If you do, fill out the short application, and we'll see if you qualify, right? And then you call them and you close them into your business, close them into your team if they do in fact qualify. So you can say whatever you want in this ad because you're using influencers. Now, if you're not sure what an influencer is, basic version is this. These are people with large social media followings that will take your money in exchange for making a post for you. So that post is the ad. All right. So if you know someone, or if you know of someone that has like 100,000 followers, okay, you can go pay them like $50 or $100 and say, hey, go make a post for me and use this post, which is what I want you to say, and they'll say whatever you want because it's your post, and then you can have them send the traffic to this page right here. All right. And then once they go to that page, people will fill out the application, and then you'll have a call with them. Now, there's a couple things with this. Number one, this is very easy to set up. All right. Number two, because it's so easy and because you're going straight for the kill, you went straight for that jugular, like, hey, boom, you want to make more money, fill out my application, you're going to get a lot of opportunity junkies and a lot of tire kickers in here. So you're going to get a lot of quantity with this formula. But the quality density is going to be smaller. All right, so let's say you get 100 leads. You might get, I'm just spitballing actually. I have the stats somewhere, but I don't have them on top of my head. Let's say you get 100 leads. You're probably going to get 15 of them that are like what I would consider quality. All right, so you can do a lot of automation to sift these people out, so you don't have to like talk to all 85 losers. You can sift out about 50 of them automatically. And then you can probably sift out another 10 of them automatically. So you really only have to talk to like 30 people to get your 15 good ones. So that's not bad at all. And with this, you can pay. It depends on who the influencer is and how good your ad and funnel is. But we've seen stuff between as low as like 15 cents. That's pretty rare. Most people got to be really good to do that. We've seen stuff as low as $1 per lead, and probably around the like $5 per lead range. If they're really, really good, you might pay $8 or $10 a lead, which is totally fine for a quality lead. So that's how you do that. These are very basic to set up, very, very quick and fairly simple. So that's this one. Let me go over this other one here. So let's go ahead and erase this. And so let's go over this one right here. So we're going to come back to this guy. Let's go over this one. So this one is a little bit more in depth. You're going to have less quantity, but a higher quality density. This is where most of our traffic comes from, like us personally. So we run all of our stuff basically through here. But when we were starting out, we did the one I just showed you. And this is where we have people mostly start on that one because like most people actually suck at closing. And it's better to, figure out your closing ability when you're paying a little less per lead. Now these are higher quality, the ones we're talking about now, so it's going to be a little easier to close. But with this, you are going to be, number one, you're going to be treating these people a little bit better as far as marketing to them a little bit better. So you're not going to go straight for the jugular. You're going to go and add value to them first. Okay, so you're going to give them something of value and then get them warmed up to you, and then you're going to give them the opportunity to apply. When you do it like this, number one, you give people a lot more time to warm to you, so they're going to trust you a lot more. Number two, you're going to be able to target people a lot more effectively because you're using true, like an ad platform like Facebook or YouTube. The traffic's going to be a lot higher quality. You can target it better, like I said. Now you do run into things like, you have to play with the audio or the ad network's rules. So you got to be very careful, especially on Facebook. So you got to know the advertising guideline policy like the back of your hand, which I've gone over before. You can look at a few videos ago if you want to learn more about that. But if you do it right, these are very, very good. You can have a bread and butter. You can have easily multi six-figure business based on just this one funnel alone. So what you're going to have here is you're essentially going to have some type of a lead magnet, right? So a lead magnet, I don't think I need to go over with you, but it's something of value that you promise people. So basically in your ad, you're saying to your target audience, hey, I'm going to give you something of value. So let's say your target audience is dog moms. We have a person on our team that used to target dog moms. If your target audience is dog moms, you could say, hey, dog mom, let me show you how I make multiple six figures a year from my house so I can spend more time with my dogs. Check out my free 3-step schematic on how to do that, right? So, boom, the ad promises the dog mom formula. So then it goes to the opt-in, in which case you're opting in for the dog mom formula. Then you actually get the lead magnet. This is the actual deliverable. This is when she actually gives you the dog mom formula. And then in the funnel, she basically says, do you want to apply this in your life faster than you could on your own? Apply to work with me. And then they get a homework, and then you call. So this right here, like I said, higher quality density, lower quantity. The traffic is more expensive, but you can close them at a higher percentage. So take that for what it's worth. Everyone's different as to what you want. It depends on where you're at with your finances and stuff and how good you are at closing. If you have low finances or you're not good at closing people, I would personally do the influencer route for a while. Do that until you're at least making money on the front end of your recruiting efforts, and then move into the next one. If you've already had an established track record of closing or you have some money to spend, then I would just go straight to this one because it's going to be a lot higher quality. So what are the 3 steps? Well, the first one is building the funnel. All right, so building this funnel right here. We have all kinds of free videos on YouTube. We have all stuff on our podcast, all free information. If you literally scoured through all of those, you could probably figure out how to do all of this just on the free training that we've given alone. Obviously, we have products and course. I'm not trying to promote those right now, but we have products and courses showing how to do that. But number one, you have to build your funnel, right, to get your leads, to get your applications. 2 is you have to develop your relationships with influencers, and or build the ads out. Okay. Once again, exact same thing as before. There's tons of information on our channel and on our podcast about how to do both of these, especially the ads thing. The influencers thing is more in our courses, but basically all you do is you reach out to influencers on Instagram or YouTube or wherever you want to be advertising, and just ask them what their rates are to do what's called a shout out. Okay, so you're looking for a shout out. That's the name of it. So ask them what their rates are for a shout out. What I would typically be looking for is like if they have under 100,000 followers with decent engagement. Decent engagement is about 2%. So if they have 100,000 followers, I'd be looking for 2% interaction on their channel or on their Instagram page. If they have decent engagement, I'm going to be paying probably somewhere around like $50-ish for 100,000 followers or less. Probably less than that. If they're between like 200,000 and 1 million followers, I'd be willing to go up to like maybe $100. But I only do one test at a time, because if the test sucked, it could have been their fault, it could have been my funnel's fault, but I'm not going to keep on blowing money until I figure out what's going on. 3 is obviously close them. Close your prospects. So that's close them. So that's out of the context for today. But clearly, sell them, right? Get them into your business if they should be in your business. Okay, well, whatever. You already get that part. I don't need to get into that. What you should be looking for as far as a close rate goes on the lower quality people, the lower quality funnels, I'd be looking for like roughly like 0.5% of your total lead flow. All right, total lead flow, not applicant flow. Like total lead flow, like front end, like somewhere in that range. You should be closing like 10% of your applicants. All right, so if you're not closing like 10% of your applicants, something is messed up. Either your funnel sucks, your ad sucks, or you're not good at closing yet. You should be closing at least 10% of your applicants. I'd be looking for higher than that. But if you're not closing at least 10%, you need to like figure out what's going on. If you need to learn how to be a better salesperson or whatever. The lead stat I gave you, it just depends on the funnel and depends on the way you structured it. The 0.5% thing is a pretty low close rate, by the way. You should be between 2.5 and 3%. All right. If you're doing like a funnel like the Facebook ads YouTube funnel, if you're not at 2.5 to 3%, you got to dial it in more. You can't really scale that heavily if you're not there. So that's what you should be looking for. The 0.5% is just like, is their life? All right, it's just like the life check. If you're at 5%, you're doing great. All right, so like I said, this right here, these strategies I just gave you, easily you could be generating 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 100 leads a day, no problem. Once you get this all set up, you don't have to work any harder to make more leads, okay? So that's what's beautiful about this is you just turn it up. You just turn up the ads or you just run more influencer posts, one of the two, in which case you can do it. You can hire someone to do it for you, which they only take a few minutes to like set up anyway once you have the influencers. So it takes no extra time to get more leads, truly unlimited. And the only bottleneck is you being able to close, and you can alleviate that bottleneck by, number one, passing these leads down to your team, which is clearly amazing because it doesn't take you any more time, you might as well do it. Or two, you can automate your recruiting, which I've talked about in other videos as well. So anyway, hopefully this makes sense. If you like this type of information, leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know that you like this type of info and I'll keep making it. Obviously, these take some time to make, so I want to make sure that it's worth all of our time to do so. So anyway, hope you have an amazing day and appreciate you and talk to you soon. Thanks.